Okay, so you're given this piecewise function right over here, and you're given its graph, and that graph is right over here, all right? So I'm kind of looking at it, and what I do notice about it, I do know it's, one of the graphs is going to be a line, and I'll indicate that over here. This is the line, y equals 1 minus 3x, provided the x is less than 0, all right? That's why there's an open circle here, all right? And this guy over here is actually a parabola, and what's that parabola going to be? It's going to be y equals x squared plus 2, provided the x is greater than or equal to 0. And that's why this point's given there, all right? Now, granted, you might say, what are they going to do? They're going to ask questions. What kind of question you ask for? The domain of it. And a little bit tricky, but I'm going to be honest with you. Looking at the domain, you're looking at this business over here, and I hope you realize if you were doing that, something happens at 0, by the way. You can clearly see in the picture. You know, it covers everything below the 0. That comes from this. And everything, including 0, forward. So what's the domain going to be? All real numbers. So minus infinity to infinity. All right, the range, a little more complicated. And I'm looking at it, and I'm going to say it looks like it bottoms out at 1 but doesn't touch it. And then what does it do? It covers all the numbers towards infinity. I'm going to call that a day, too. All right, where's it increasing? Let's take a look. I'm looking at it, and I'm going to say it's increasing, and again, it's moving left to right on this region over here. That's where it's increasing. Right, we're moving left to right. Where's it increasing? From 0 out to infinity. And again, this goes on forever. All right? Where's it decreasing? Well, kind of looking at it, I'm going to say decreasing over here. Let's put that down. Where's it decreasing? Minus infinity up to 0. All right? Is there a y-intercept? There is. I'm looking at it. It's right there. What's the y-intercept? It's going to be when x is 0, the y would be 2. How many x-intercepts are there? There's none. All right? There's none. All right, is there a relative maximum? I want to point out, looking at it, I'm looking for a point that has, neighbors to the left and right where it will be bigger than all the other values to the left and right of it in a neighborhood. And I don't see any, so I'm going to say none. A relative minimum, again, I'm looking for a point that would be on the curve that is lower than all other points to the left and right of it on that curve. And I don't see any of that either, so I'm going to say none. Again, I know this is difficult to think about, and you're not alone in the confusion there, all right? Sometimes I'm looking at graphs too, and I'm wondering, did I get that one right? And let's take a look. And you know what? I don't think I have the key available. So I'm going to have to say, I got to trust myself, but there is a key there, and you may want to look at that, all right, and verify what we just said. I do appreciate your time and effort looking at that. I want to warn you guys, if you are listening, you're going to be shocked by how many people don't even bother with doing homework, let alone look at the videos. They'll often show up on exams and say, how do you do this, how do you do that, which kind of indicates to me they really haven't paid any attention to what we're asking them to do. It's sort of like a telltale sign. And by the way, this can happen in your employment as well, where the employer is going to pretty much know you haven't done what they've asked you to do by the kind of questions you ask, all right? So bear in mind, your education's in your hand. Take it seriously. Thank you.